We sometimes say Texas is on the front line in the fight against the flu, and tonight you're going to see exactly what we mean. Our Kevin Reese got insider access to a lab working hard on the next flu vaccine, and he even learned why this year's flu is so dangerous.
If you are in Temple, you can't miss it. It's the big hospital at the top of the hill off Farm Road 1741. But what you might miss on a walk down the long basement hallways of Baylor, Scott & White is room 36B, where the specimen sample of that nasty flu bug you had might be in one of these vials. And where a team of 20 doctors and lab technicians are trying to find out if this year's vaccines actually work.
Yeah, it is a pretty intense flu season.
Manjusha Gaglani is the chief of pediatric infectious diseases here.
We are still at the peak levels. It hasn't really slowed down yet.
And the leader of this, the Vaccine Effectiveness Program. This lab in Temple is one of 5 sites across the country chosen to find out if vaccines work, and if they don't, why. Testing flu samples, finding which strain they are, if the patient had a vaccine or not, and transmitting that data every week to the CDC in Atlanta.
Each site is equally important because we are representing the different region.
Different regions with often different versions or strains of the flu making people sick.
That kind of makes the data for the whole U.S., so it's very important.
Medical experts consider an influenza vaccine effective if it is effective at least 50% of the time, but right now some of them aren't even performing that well. The goal here in Temple and at other sites across the country is to make those numbers improve. This year's vaccines are proving the least effective against the H3N2 strain of the flu, the strain they are finding the most of in these lab tests. Tests that will determine what next year's vaccine will look like, a decision that has to be made by late next month. These flu specialists processing samples of the flu from Texas every day. Also say you should get your flu shot no later than Halloween each year. That even if you had the flu, get the shot anyway. You may have only had one strain of the flu with several other strains still able to get you sick again.
And these viruses kill people every season. So it is very worthwhile for me to be involved in trying to prevent people from being ill.
Prevention, that is the daily work of a team in the middle of Texas, in the middle of the nationwide fight to keep you from getting the flu. In Temple, Kevin Reese, Channel 8 News.